Hello, Pisces. My dears, this is your reading for the week of December 29th, or when you hear it and it resonates, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or perhaps a lot of Venus or a lot of Pisces in your chart. And of course, it won't be for everybody. So Pisces, what I see is this. I see you looking over the details of something with an almost manic quality. Now, okay, I'm going to dial that back again. I don't want to say manic because that sounds crazy. But it's as though you're driven by an insecurity as you're looking at something that creates an intensity of analyzing details or looking at details to see how you can look at it in a way that takes you out of a fear response or takes you out of an anxiety response. Now, what's going on for those I'm reading for? It can be many different things, but what it feels like to me as I'm looking at this is that you've gotten so caught up in your fear that you're not really seeing things clearly and you're not seeing the big picture. You're maybe over-focusing on certain details because of that kind of fear that kind of brings your vision into this very narrow perspective. Now, what I'm also getting with this, Pisces, is that for some of you, part of the reason why there is anxiety around looking at the details of a situation and trying to figure things out in terms of how you should be responding, part of what the anxiety is that whatever this situation is, it involves you having to look at your patterns in your behaviors with relationships where perhaps you have responded in ways based on what you thought somebody thought of you, based on what you imagined was the reality of a situation, when in fact it wasn't necessarily, but it led you to a little bit of insecurity, almost a quality. I don't want to call it paranoia exactly, because I don't feel like it's that extreme necessarily, but where it has left you trying to gauge yourself more based on what you thought people thought of you, on what you thought certain actions or behaviors meant they thought about you. Now, this is important because you get the card of pattern. So for those of you I'm reading for, I would say this is probably something that has gone on for you in your life quite a bit. That this is one of the ways that you interface with the world around you, where you are less aware of what you're feeling about a situation and about your role in a situation, and that you are more worrying about what you think other people think of it. So what you're being told here is, okay, if you're going through something like that now, do your best to move into the energy of gratitude, because gratitude, that other kind of energy that I'm getting, that overlooking thing, that looking for detail, that overanalysis, it's got that quality of must manage, must take, must have. And there's a quality of like, I need more, I need more, I need more, whether it's attention, whether it's affection, whether it's approval, whether it's money. It doesn't really matter. It's still coming from a quality of lack or a belief in lack of yourself. So you're being told if you can go into the energy of gratitude, the energy of gratitude around anything is going to help lift your energy. But what I'm also getting here is if you can be in gratitude about yourself, about the good things about who you are, about the good things that you have done, and you can stand by them, and you can own them, and you can honor them yourself, it leaves you being able to be more generous in your attitude towards other people and more able to see clearly what's really going on rather than through a lens of your expectation of disapproval. Now, of course, we can go into that quality of thinking that I first described. Any of us can do that when our insecurities are triggered. It's part of that projecting out onto other people. When we are living our own valued experience based on how other people value us. That's also the time when, if they stop valuing us, if they stop giving us the kind of love, attention, appreciation that we've come to expect from them, because our value has been about projecting outward, looking at our value from external referencing, what will often happen is when that external referencing no longer supports the image of us we like, that's when we will project back out again in blame. So one of the things that you can really look at here in all of this, my dears, is what was my role in that? In any situation that you feel has blown up or has deteriorated, what was your role in that? And this Pisces, this might feel very challenging for you. But what I'm hearing here, Pisces, is this is really an opportunity for you to let go and to work through whatever that fear is, wherever that fear started, whatever that belief was that made you feel that you were not enough just as you were, whatever the education or the belief system was that taught you people's perception of you was more valuable to you or more directive to you than your own feelings were about who you were and who you wanted to be. This is where you get to let go of that, because that, I see them like big chains, huge big chains that you get to drop. As you get to drop that layer of fear and of expectation and of this unconscious need to be approved of all the time, that leaves you open to exploring, literally, like I'm seeing other dimensions, and you're literally like other parts of your brain opening up, other parts of your perceptions opening up. Because when you drop that level of fear and anxiety, now your nervous system has access to more of the creative, more of the esoteric, more of that sense of connectedness. And I'm sure many of you, if you're watching this channel, I'm sure many of you have already gone through various different stages of that breaking of chains and that release into new perspective. Excuse me, because it does happen in stages. For most of us, it happens in stages. You're being told, you're being reminded. Allow yourself to look at the patterns around that. Move into the energy of gratitude, because the energy of gratitude is basically signaling to the universe, high frequency, thank you, willing to accept more. And what you're really being suggested to accept more of is your own internal value, evaluating yourself from your own feelings, and from your feelings not of must, but your feelings of, okay, life is good, I'm learning, what's next? And how would I like it to be? And what was my role? What did I play out? What was the old pattern in my role in that one? And can I look at that now? Does this show me what the pattern was? Because this might be the door opener for you that's showing you where this pattern was all your life and how it shaped your choices. This now is you being able to honestly and self-lovingly look at what your roles were in that, so you can look at your patterns, be grateful for the freedom it's bringing you, and be grateful for the expansion that's coming with all of this awareness and with dropping of the chains. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Pisces. Take care.